All right, so I just went ahead and decided to watch the entirety of the game instead of just focusing on the third. The third was more the same shit. They got exposed, and then here we are at the end of the game. Um, let me go ahead and say something real quick that a lot of y'all not going to agree with, but the Knicks played this game the same way down the line that the Bulls played the Toronto game. What do I mean by this? The ball stopped moving and they just ISO'd. I don't know why they kept trying to go to ice to like Julius versus Zoe matchup. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. Like it would like yes, they ended up getting one foul off of Zoe. But Zoe held his own. I don't know why you keep fishing for a matchup that ain't worked for you all game. And so after a while, late, they just okay, we'll go to Kimba, okay, and Kimba didn't have much luck either, and they literally just gave us away. So free throw line, you know, Zach got, I think he got a dunk. Um, I think he got a dunk late. Like there was an open lane, he managed to get in there and get a dunk. It DeRozan got to the line. Vooch hit a three, if I'm not mistaken. Like New York just kind of disintegrated. They fell apart because they got to 104 and didn't score another point. And I see the final shot that everybody was complaining about. Um, what was interesting to me is they decided to let Zach inbound. Here's something that I don't get, right? First of all, any shot you make wins the game. Any shot. Dunk, layup, three, heave, mid range, post up, don't matter. Whatever shot you get wins the game. I get feeding the ball to DeRozan, but what I would have liked to have seen is someone should have been an option to cut when the double was made and go for like an alley oop layup. And I say that because, matter of fact, let me rewind this play real quick. We saw it the other night in Toronto. They're up 20 and cruising, and then all of a sudden. Hold on. All right, so I'm back on the play. And I want to make sure that I don't misspeak here, so I'm going to actually watch the play. Okay. Lonzo goes to the weak side. Vooch is pushing. Wait, somebody's. Oh, okay, there he is. Caruso actually, I don't know who is that. Is that Julius? Caruso was actually open here. What could have happened is Lonzo could have came. Okay, now Julius is back into play. Okay. Nope. They kept somebody on Zach. I think Lonzo should have cut or Caruso should have cut. It was 3 seconds left. If one of them had cut to the rim, and I know they were saying, I think in the post game, they wanted to make sure the lane was open. One of them should have cut to the rim. And then that way, at the very least, if he just decided to throw it up, you catch it and you lay it in. To me, you got 5 guys on this court that can put the ball in the hole from most of the court. I wouldn't just rely solely on one guy. And I know it was DeRozan's decision to make. Okay? DeRozan felt confident. He won the last game in Toronto because he had the ball and he was scoring, so he probably felt like he had it. And he's done this before, so he was comfortable with it. But they got Mitchell Robinson on the perimeter because they got Vooch out there to clear open the lane. Got it. Even Zach here, Fournier got his back turned. Straight line. Like, to me, at the very least, Zach cuts, you dump off to him, even if they collapse because Mitchell got to go, you might have enough time to kick it out for Vooch to just hurry up and hoist it real quick for an easy, quick shot. Like, they have some more options here if they use everybody, but I get it. It was just like, hey, he got the ball, it's his call. He called up, he dialed his own number, and it is what it is. You got to live with the result. Yeah, I'll leave with the result. But let me be honest. This game should not have been a 1 point loss. And I thought because it was a 1 point loss that it was a lot more closely contested than this. Like I thought looking at the score like, oh, we must have came in and just straight up outplayed them. No, they outplayed themselves. It just so happened they already got to, the number they needed to win the game. But this damn sure ain't over. This is how like a lot of playoff games go down. And I get people were saying this had a playoff feel to it. Third quarter was kind of boring. First quarter definitely. Second quarter definitely. I would say the end of this game probably had more of a playoff feel than like from after halftime until like the very like last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the fourth. That was a lull between halftime to that point. But the last few minutes of the game in the first half, definitely a playoff feel. But here's my thing, man. Here's my ultimate takeaway. And I know P Dub's hurt. We don't know his availability. They got the Jazz on Saturday, tomorrow. I don't see. Well, let me say this. I had them beating the Jazz. We're not healthy right now. That could flip, and that was one of the games I thought could flip too. Celtics is another game I think could flip. I still got us splitting with Philly, regardless, and despite Brooklyn having struggles, I still got us losing to Brooklyn. However, I could still see us with the same record, but not the same wins happen in play. So I could see us losing to the Jazz, beating the Celtics, beating Brooklyn, and beating Philly both times. It's possible, especially the way stuff is going on. It sounds like Joel Embiid is hurt too, so you never know. But this team is clearly a playoff team. This is clearly a playoff team, and there shouldn't be any arguments against this. Like normally, you would sit there and say, okay, well they lost. They lost by 1 point at home. Very competitive game to a team that was in the first round of playoffs. I mean, there's issues, stuff that they're going to have to clean up. Again, this is just game 5 of the season. So it's, again, nothing to panic about. Nothing to panic about. However, keep in mind, what did I tell you guys? As this shit goes on, there's going to be more and more tape on them. You can get by the first couple games of the season by surprise. You 5 games in, now that's 5 games of tape. And you played various different types of teams. But now they got the Knicks. The Knicks is a legit team. And so now they can sit there and watch and be like, okay, what did they do? Now, this also works the other way around because Billy Donovan and crew could go look at the tape and be like, okay, this is what hurt us. How do we prep these guys to deal with this in the future? Tape and your coaching staff, but tape is going to matter so much. So much. And this is why I had these guys winning, 60 games. Now, I'm going to be real. This team ain't winning 60 games. Not if they're playing this half court, slow pace, sometimes the ball moves, they're not winning 60 games. If they played like they did in the preseason, this is easily a 60-win team. I have not seen preseason Bulls yet. And I have not seen a game where all 4 of their big guys, Zoe, Zach, Vooch, DeRozan, I've not seen a game where all of them got off. And we probably won't see that many of them. Like, it might be like 5 games this year, if that. That they all 4 just had like going and just giving it to somebody. But damn, this nigga airballed the shit out of that. Lonzo ass on the ground and shit. DeRozan looked pissed at a motherfucker like he was about to rip his jersey. Like, he inking that bitch. Like he the Hulk or some shit. Both Hulks. Hulk Hogan and Green Monster looking Hulk. Damn, Lonzo slipped on his ass. Yo, that was another thing. What, like, did they do a poor job cleaning the floor? Like, that, they was like, oh, they got Kukoc and the rest of the, like, vets of the Bulls that are out there. Yep, DeRozan, they showed him. So it is what it is. He not happy about that. But you know what? Speaking of the Bulls vets, when Randall was at the free throw line and he missed both, I remember I looked at Kukoc and Kukoc. I read his lips. He was like, oh. And so it was interesting to see their perspective. Uh, Let me see if I could pull up the stats here real quick. Yeah, box score, bam, because that's what we want to see. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about here. Let's see. I know this shit sometimes ain't accurate on the PlayStation, but it says they shot 54.9%. Now, at one point in the game, I know they were shooting 59%. I'm not sure how accurate that shit is, but that was another reason we lost. And they mentioned it here. You can't get in transition if you're not playing defense. Damn, they still got Kevin Knox on the team. That nigga ain't playing. We might need to holler at them about getting Kevin Knox. People say, Kevin Knox is trash. Probably. But the nigga got linked. Okay? You can maybe develop him. But I'm looking at this. Kemba had 21. Evan Fournier had 10. You know, their backcourt gave us 31. Okay? For that matter, our backcourt gave them 31. Not the same kind of 31 for sure, because I only gave you 6. Playing like a bitch. Nigga had 2 of 8 from shooting and was 1 of 6 on the threes. At least he only took 8 shots. Pat Will had 5. I know he got hurt, man. That sucks. That sucks. But man, our shooting percentage was just horrible. Starters, DeRozan 39%, Pat Will 40%. Vooch the only one that actually shot some. Matter of fact, he should have probably got more shots this game. 61.5%, 3 of 5 for 3. Hey, he was out there, he was hitting his. He should have got more shots. You know, Zach LaVine was 7 of 17. I mean, you know, 33% for 3. I mean, you can't complain too much about him, but that finger injury is something. And so we have to see. We'll just have to see what happens with it. He put up 25 though, so he did his thing. Zoe got 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Man, he need to play better. No excuses. He need to play better. You know, he didn't get a single steal this game, but he got a block. He got 4 fouls. Some of them are questionable. I get it. The turnovers, 2. You got to play better, Zoe. Like, and as it looks like, when Zoe scores double figures, we win. When he don't, they lose. He had 4 good straight games, and he had this bullshit. Let's talk about this bench scoring real quick. Caruso got 10. Troy Brown had 5. Javonte Green had 5. That's what, 20? Alizé had 2. Tony Bradley had 2. That's it. 24 points. And the stat, somebody just posted the stat on Twitter before I looked at this shit, that we're like 28th or 30th in bench scoring. And part of the reason is DeRozan, but the other part is just these niggas suck. They suck. Troy Brown took 5 shots. Javonte Green took 2. Alizé took 2. Alizé only played 3 minutes in this game. Ayo played more minutes. Not a single fucking point. Tony Bradley played like almost 6 minutes, and he got 2 points. He got 3 rebounds, though. I give him that. You know, speaking of rebounds, Ayo got 2. Alizé didn't get shit. He just made 1 shot. He just... And look, and this is the funny part. Niggas are minus 12. Does that mean that they went down 12 points when he was out on the court? I don't know. I don't know. Caruso played 32 minutes. He had to, though, because Pat Will minutes was gone because he was out of the game. And that probably opened up a lot of minutes to try some other things out here, like playing Tony Bradley and stuff, because they just had too much size. But look, man, I think the final tally for the rebounds was something like 32 to 45 or something like that. Look, man, pathetic. Pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Oh, look at here. The Wizards won last night. 122 to 111 or 4-1. A lot of y'all was talking shit to me about my Wizards tape. Now look at you. Look, they're like some bitches. Not playing. Wow. Okay, so this look, I want to read this to y'all real quick, and I know this is a Bulls and Zoe thing, but hold on. This was their starters last night: Aaron Holiday, Beal, Montrez, Kuzma, and Kentavious Caldwell Pope. So I guess Spencer Dinwiddie must be out with an injury. Look at this starting lineup: Kentavious Caldwell Pope, 21; Kyle Kuzma, 21. Matter of fact, him and Kuzma got the same stat line: 21 and 8, 21 and 8. Crazy. Montrez, 25, 13, and 5. Bill, 27, 8, and 8. The three I named first, Trez, Kuzma, Kentavious, all came over from that Lakers trade that got them Russell Westbrook. And they were the reasons I said this team is going to be legit. They played starters minutes, and they all put up over 20 points efficiently. Okay, the only one that shot positively from three was Kentavious Caldwell Pope at 5 of 7, but 2 of 6 from Kuzma. Matter of fact, that nigga missed half his free throws. This nigga need to stop worrying about being a blonde head and need to worry about his free throws. My God. Trez hit all 5 of his free throws. Kentavious hit, like, 7 of 10 shooting from the field for KCP. 8 of 7 for Kuz. 10 of 16 from Trez. Look at this. Bill took 26. They let Aaron Holiday get 6 measly fucking shots. He only gave you 7 points. Look, Deni Avdija, somebody I love. 1 of 8. David Bertans, 43%, 3 of 7. Raul Netu, 3 of 7, 42.9. That's 43%. He had 6 points. Bertans had 10 points. Deni had 5. Okay, Corey Kispert didn't play that much, 0 for 2. This team is still missing Rui Hachimura, going through some shit. He ain't played all year. And I said this team was going to be good. And it's reflecting. I know my shit, man. Y'all going to give me my respect one day. One day. It ain't got to be today. It's cool. It ain't got to be today. But y'all going to give me my respect one day. Look, man. We're 4-1. Wizards are 4-1. Knicks are 4-1, but because they beat us, they definitely are. They're the 1 seed over us. Let me see what the game slated today. Do we have any more Eastern teams that I need to pay attention to? Hornets are 4-1 with us. Okay. Cleveland is 3-2, and they play the Lakers today. Okay. So I know this is early, so you don't want to take too much grain of salt. Take this stuff. You want to take this stuff with a grain of salt. But not Wizards. Celtics play Saturday, 2 or 3. Philly is 3-2. The Hawks are 3-2. Heat 3-1. Bucks are 3-2. Right now, we got the lead. Well, we're tied with the lead for a couple other. Well, actually, no, we're tied for at least second. But the point is, like, this is a dogfight. And all the good teams, pretty much that were like very good last year, ain't doing as good. Brooklyn is 2-3. Okay. Let's see. Raptors are 2-3. Pacers are 1-4. Obviously, Celtics are 2-3. It's crazy where we are. And it's imperative that we get out early because you gotta think. Once James Harden gets into shape, Brooklyn's coming. You gotta think. The Pacers aren't gonna lose like this forever. They're gonna get better. Okay, especially they got Rick Carlisle. Celtics, they're gonna come back better. Okay, they're gonna be better. They gotta figure out some things, but they're gonna be better. Okay. Bucks are down 3-2. My only thing with the Bucks is they played even into like August. So some of their key guys' bodies are going to be tired. I don't expect them to be like hitting on all cylinders most of the year, but when it comes playoff time, I think they'll be ready. Look, man, we lost our first game. No big deal. Like I predicted, that was going to happen. But it's a lot of wins on this table, and the Bulls got to go take these. Clippers are 1-3. I think they'll turn that around. I ain't worried about the Thunder. Timberwolves are 3-1. Okay, they got three guys now. They got a big three. They're gonna be good. That's no longer a team you could just write off. Cleveland got 3-2. Got the 3-2. And I said they were gonna be pretty good just off of the strength of who they have on that roster. Like a lot of these teams that people were sleeping on the previous year, it's not gonna be the same. Now the Spurs are 1-4. They're gonna be 1-4. Magic are 1-4. Yeah, they're tanking anyway. Okay. Suns are 1-3. You got to think they're going to turn around. Pelicans are 1-4. Don't nobody care. Rockets are 1-4. Look, they're young. Okay. I will say when the Pelicans get Zion back, the way that team looks right now, Willie Green is doing a phenomenal job coaching that team. So look to see some things happen when Zion comes back, as long as he's bought in. But he can't come back in and not be bought in because the rest of the team has already been here. Really, that's all I got. I, there's nothing more to really say about that game last night. It's on to the next one. The Jazz are undefeated. We need to hand them their first loss, and it's not gonna be easy because they have a team built for the regular season. So it is what it is. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. I need to go and prep for work later, so I'm gonna catch y'all some other time. Peace.